Well, hey guys, welcome to my show. It's Friday, May 17, 2019, and I have some interesting topics for you for today. The Bucks, Brewers, NFL, MLB, NBA, NHL, and much more. Starting out with the NBA today, I want to start out today with the Bucks versus Raptors game 1. The Bucks weren't in the best in game 1, but they proved how hard it was to beat the Raptors. On my last show, I did say Brook Lopez was clutch, and guess what? He was clutch, folks. In game 1, Lopez led the Bucks in scoring with 29 points, 11 rebounds, 4 blocks, 2 assists, and he was 12 of 21 shooting, and he has 4-11 from the 3. The Bucks won 108 to 100. And I think the Bucks will play much better in Game 2 because they are now ready to play after a long time off before this series started. Okay, let's start talking about the first 2 games of the Warriors and Trailblazers series. Well, Game 1 was really interesting. Curry knocked down 9 3-pointers on his way to 36 points. Klay Thompson had 26 points, and the Warriors absolutely blew up the Trailblazers in Game 1, 116 to 94. Now to Game 2. Last night, Kevin Durant was out Game 2 also, so the Trailblazers did not play a lot better in Game 2, but they still couldn't beat the Warriors. Steph Curry scored 37 points, and the Warriors railed from a 15-point halftime deflect before holding off Portland on the final possession for a 114 to 111 win Thursday night and a 2-0 lead in the Western Conference Finals. We do have some bad news on Kevin Durant. It is not good for Kevin Durant. He will not travel with the team to Game 3 and 4 versus the Trailblazers with a calf injury. That could end up hurting Golden State, but I still think they will be able to accomplish winning all 4 games and making to the NBA Finals. Okay, to the MLB. MLB's biggest breakout slugger, Josh Bell, is averaging 427-foot bombs. Well, everyone likes their home runs on the long side after all, and nobody has been hitting them longer than Pittsburgh Pirates first baseman in 2019. Bell has ding-donged his 12 home runs at the average of 427 feet. That is a lot, and which has come for the leads all hitters who have hit at least 10. Well, just last week, Bell cranked 472-foot blasts in the Allegheny River and the Texas Rangers at PNC Park. That bomb was crushed. That was just a bomb. Yesterday's the Brewers pummeled the Phillies 11-3, and they take a 3 out of 4 in the series. Zach Davies was on his game, folks. He pitched 6 innings and allowed 3 runs, but only one of those was charged as an earned was a home run allowed to Gene Segura in the first inning. The Brewers' other hand, the other 2 runs were charged of 3 errors by the Brewers, all coming by the middle infield. Keston Hiura had 1 error, and Orlando Arcia had 2. Both of those errors by Arcia happened in the 3rd inning on the same play and led 2 runs. Those errors caused Davies to work a little harder, but limited the Phillies to 4 hits, a walk, while striking out 5. Davies is the ERA leader in the MLB right now with 1.54 ERA. In the 3rd, Ryan Braun tackled on a second run with a ground ball that scored Davies. Speaking of Davies, folks, his hitting was good that game. He had 2 hits. In the 2nd, came on a bunt in the 4th inning. Davies also hit a double. Christian Yelich added one on another, one with his 2nd home run of the day in the 8th. Yelich now has 18 home runs, and that was his 3rd multi-homer game. He is the leading MLB home runs in the home run column right now with 18. Yelich is now batting .342. New York Mets now. The outfielder Michael Conforto suffered a concussion after a collision with Robinson Cano during Thursday's game against the Washington Nationals. I think Conforto is a great outfielder for the Mets, and this does hurt them a little bit. He's a good player. Yankees, more injuries just keep on coming. Well, the Yankees, Miguel Andújar is to have a season-ending surgery on his shoulder. He's a good player, and that's sad for him that he's got to call his season already to a season-ending shoulder injury. Well, the Rockies are expected to call up Brendan Rodgers reportedly from AAA. Another injury news, Diamondback Zach Greinke diagnosed with an abdominal injury. He will go on MRI today. He left Wednesday's game against the Pittsburgh Pirates with abdominal tightness. Well, the Astros are off to a good start, folks. Michael Brantley has turned the Astros offense in the best ever. The Astros are now rolling. After a good, not great start in April, they've won 11 out of 14 and now 8 in a row in May. They are 29-15 and puts them atop of the MLB, which is right about where a team that won 204 games across 2017 and 2018 ought to be. Justin Verlander, Garrett Cole, and the rest of the Astros pitching staff deserve their share of the credit. It does rank second in the American League with a 3.52 ERA after all. Now to the NFL, which is a big topic for today. Patrick Peterson is reportedly suspended 6 games, folks. Like, oh my God, what an idiot. Like, why would you take PEDs? You're eventually going to get caught. Ryan Braun got caught. He lied to the media for a long time, and he eventually got caught and suspended. Peterson will not receive a notable chunk of his $11 million base salary in 2019. He was effective again in 2018 and finished with 54 total tackles, a sack, fumble recovery, 2 interceptions, 5 passes defended last year. Pro Football Focus did rank him as the league's 5th best cornerback in the NFL. Over to the New York Jets now. Darren Lee has been traded to the Chiefs from the Jets for the 2020 6th-round draft pick. And right after that, the GM for the Jets, Mike McCannagan, has been fired. And now the head coach, Adam Gase, will to serve an interim role. This is a big surprise. I'm really confused why this happened. Mike McCannagan had a big offseason. He did sign Le'Veon Bell to a 4-year, $52.5 million. He also signed linebacker C.J. Mosley to 5 years, $85 million, and he's $51 million guaranteed, folks. He signed wide receiver Jamison Crowder to 3 years, $28.5 million price tag, and that is a guaranteed of $17 million guaranteed to Crowder. I do understand why the Jets have fired him because of the dispute with Adam Gase. The Jets are clueless, folks. And, to the NHL, Erik Karlsson had a controversial winner and gave the Sharks a Game 3 OT win versus the Blues. Giving San Jose a 2-1 series leading the Western Conference Finals. They're in a good spot right now to win that. Karlsson and Joe Thornton each had 2 goals for the Sharks, who used Logan Couture's late third period score to force overtime. Martin Jones for the Sharks had 28 saves on the night. That's impressive. David Perrin scored twice as the Blues netted all 4 of their goals in the second. Also, the Blues goalie had a good night. He had 27 saves, Jordan Bringington. But they still lost. The Boston Bruins have completed a sweep of the Hurricanes, folks. And they have advanced to the first Stanley Cup final since 2013. The Boston Bruins are returning to the Stanley Cup final for the first time since 2013. And they complete the Eastern Conference final sweep Thursday night at PNC Arena. The Bruins will now await in the results of the Western Conference Finals between the St. Louis Blues and the San Jose Sharks. And the Sharks lead 2-1 in that series to see who will stand in the way of their first cups in 2011. All right, guys. Thank you for listening to my show. It was a short one today. I will be back on Tuesday, May 21st for another broadcast of my show. This is Ty Batten signing off. Have a good night, everybody.